Well, hello everybody. I'm at the Place, the Retro Arcade, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm here with the owner.
My name is Kerry Cheney. I'm the owner and operator.
Here we go, Kerry Cheney, owner operator. So, Kerry, what got you motivated to open your own arcade machine?
Well, believe it or not, I've only been collecting arcades not even 2 years yet, but I've always had a passion for video games since I was a little kid, and and to be honest with you, in the last few years, arcade games have gotten a little cheaper than they were in the past, and so I bought my first machine, which was a Gauntlet, almost 2 years ago, and since then it's just become an addiction, as most people would probably say. But one night, about a year and a half ago, I woke up in the middle of the night, had an epiphany, about 3 in the morning. I woke my wife up and said, let's open an arcade. And then she said, go back to bed. So it's a project we've been working on, like I said, for about a year and a half, and here we are.
So where do you get most of your arcade games from?
All the time, constantly on Craigslist. Always looking on Craigslist, or word of mouth. I have a good friend in Louisville who mainly buys and sells arcades, and I get quite a few from him. So, like I said, I'd say Craigslist is my biggest ally.
So you do all your own maintenance on your machines?
Yeah, pretty much everything. If it gets, beyond anything I can handle, like the issue I just had with my Wizard of War, I control, shoot everything I could up to a certain point, and I sent the board set off to Louisville, Kentucky to have it repaired.
What seems to be the most common failure you see with your arcade machines?
Just graphical glitches here and there, which a lot of times, just cleaning chips, or I've had a couple issues with solder joints, some bad chips. Mainly that's it. Once in a while you might have some monitor issues. First thing I do when I get my arcades is either have the monitor capped or cap the monitor. That's a big thing, especially games that have been sitting around for a while.
That's a good practice to do, is just recap the monitor.
Oh yeah, it's simple.
Regardless.
It's simple. You get a Bob Roberts website, or whatever cap kit you need, or whatever chassis, or whatever.
Which website's that?
The Real Bob Roberts.
The Real Bob Roberts?
Yeah.
Put that in the show notes.
He's great.
How many machines do you have in your collection right now? That's actually here in the arcade.
That's a good question. I haven't counted. Over 25. 25 to 30.
Do you have any other arcade machines running around?
Nope.
They're all right here?
I have a Tron that's being restored right now that hopefully is going to be here soon, and I do have a Tempest that I just recently picked up, sitting in my garage, as well as another Daytona USA. Just got rid of Centipede. So that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
What's your favorite arcade game? Centipede's your all-time favorite?
Gets no one plays. No one comes in here to play Centipede.
When you first got into collecting arcade games, what was the very first one you remember buying?
Gauntlet was my first one.
Gauntlet was the first one?
Oh yeah. You know what? It's a tough one. Gauntlet is my favorite arcade game from when I was a kid. But after I owned it and it was free to play, it lost all the challenge. So it's just kind of like, I would like to get another one. I got rid of it, unfortunately. I'd like to get another one. But with Centipede, I can just play that game over and over and over and over. And it's always challenging.
So when did you actually open the arcade up here?
June 8th.
June 8th.
Yeah, just 3 weeks ago.
And how has it been so far the past 3 weeks?
We've had great response. Very little advertisement. Just relying on Facebook and our webpage, and we've been getting a lot. We had one couple this past weekend. They came Friday night with their kids, Saturday night with their kids, and Sunday night with their kids. So, it's been. I didn't come into this with any real expectations, because I didn't want to set my expectations too high, and it's met or exceeded any expectation that I could have had, I think.
So how do you charge for the games? You do like a hourly What fee?
Yeah, it's like if an adult like yourself wants to come in and play, it's $6 for 1 hour, $8 for 2 hours, or $10 for all day. So if you came on Saturday when we open at noon and you were here till 11 when we close for 11 hours, $10 for all day.
I could put a herd on those machines for $10
Some
all
people
day.
do. We've had a few people. We had one guy that I met on Facebook. His name is Chris Foote. Never met him before in my life. Found us on Facebook. Drove from New Philadelphia, Ohio, almost 3 hours away, and stayed the whole weekend to play games. Great guy. Great guy. Had a guy come from Columbus that found us through Arcade Heroes, who did something about us. At the time, I wasn't even aware until he told me. He said, "Oh, I found you on Arcade Heroes." It's great.
It's great.
For me, unfortunately, we have to make money in this damn business, but it really is. For most collectors, it's a passion. I had a lot of sit in my basement, but to see people come in, to come see me and play my games, it just makes it all worthwhile. You know what I mean?
You'd be surprised the number of emails I get from my viewers asking where all these arcades are. I get lots and lots.
I'm surprised how many there are. They're coming back. I mean, this might just be the cusp of something. I seriously believe that. They're popping up. A lot of major cities already have arcades here and there. And people. I started collecting because I have 6 children, all 11 and under, and arcades were an integral part of my childhood in the early '80s. Most guys my age, and maybe women. And you know what? My kids are never going to get to know that. It was such a great time. It's just getting, and now my kids, someday they can say, other people bring their kids in. They can, their kids will know what these are. A lot of them come in here, they have no clue. They've never seen a pinball machine. So, it really is cool. It is cool.
I've kicked around the idea of opening an arcade back out where I live. I've really toyed with the idea because there's nothing around me at all. There's probably the closest arcade like this is probably at least 4 hours away, 4 or 5. I get a lot of people ask me around my local area, "You gonna do an arcade? You gonna do an arcade?" Oh, I don't know.
My wife hates when I say this, but I think we may do well, but it's going to take some work on our part, but my wife hates when I say, if it doesn't work out, at least we tried. At least we tried, and that's what America's built on.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
But I'm starting to get a little more optimistic about it. I've been cautiously optimistic.
Have you thought about doing tournaments or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, basically, we're just trying to get this part in, and we're gonna evolve here soon into buying and selling retro consoles and games.
Oh, you're gonna do a retro game store
everything
too?
from Atari on up, and then we plan on. I've been approached already about doing like Super Smash Brothers and tournaments like that on console systems, but we're gonna implement some things with maybe some as the high score for the month of June, and you get a free all-day admission to the arcade, or just things that get people's interest. Right now, last weekend I had something where if you beat my high score on Saturday, which isn't a lot, it's a respectable, 140 something thousand, but if anybody beat my high score, they could, which they didn't, you could have an all-day free pass to the arcade. I want to try to think of things to keep it interesting for people and keep them going back. And like I said, the main thing is nobody our age has bad memories of going to an arcade. When you play Galaga for the first time, we had another customer who came in. He said he hasn't seen the Spy Hunter machine or played it in 20 years. He said he's been wanting to play it so long.
Oh wow!
He came in. He's been in here a couple times with his family, and he pretty much stays in Spy. He loves the game, and it brings back great memories. And everybody has a story associated with each game. Like I remember Donkey Kong at this pizza place when I was a kid. It's all these, and I have a motto. It's just relive your youth one game at a time.
I've actually found one of the arcade tokens from a place I used to go to in my childhood called Galaxy Arcade over in Terre Haute, Indiana. I couldn't believe I found a token from that place. That brought back a lot of memories. Every weekend I lived at that place.
Yeah, we had one near us, actually just not 50 feet from here. There was an arcade in the early 80s. It was called The Place, where I took my name from. a lot of local people have fond memories of that arcade. And a lot of, if they didn't hang out there, they hung out at another one that was there for a long time up the road. It was called the Pig. It was bigger. They had Spixes, they had Dragon's Lair, and Donkey Kong, and all the classics. It's just, you can just, someone play these games and it takes you back to your childhood, even for a few seconds. You just get that feeling. It's just, that's a lot.
Now, what's really cool, I noticed, you've got the mascot for my show right here. The Galaga machine, and you're wearing a Galaga t-shirt.
Yeah,
Check it out.
I have a lot of arcade t-shirts.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's all I wear when I come here. Some type of whether it be Legend of Zelda or Centipede or Galaga or Space Invaders or Mega Man. I have a lot of console shirts, Nintendo shirts. I just like I said, I always sleep and breathe video games. Thank you.
So what are your normal hours of business for those viewers that may be close by here that want to come and visit you?
Well, right now, I do work a full-time job. I'm a plumber by trade, but I work for a family who coincidentally owns this building that I'm leasing. And I'm a maintenance man. I do whatever they ask. Our hours of operation at this moment are Fridays, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturdays, noon to 11 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 8 p.m. And then Monday through Thursday in the evenings by appointment only, say for Cub Scouts or a birthday party, some other type of function, if anybody. We've had a lot of inquiries.
Well, that's cool.
Want to just use the whole place.
That's a good alternative.
Yeah.
Now let's take a quick little tour of the arcade. Right here's the front entrance. You come and pay your fee for playing the games. Of course, right in through the front entrance we have a Miss Pac-Man cocktail table. Nice selection of some classic games right here within the front door. Got a Tempest. Awesome. Nice burger time. Galaga. Of course, they also have a nice selection of consoles that you can play as well. A lot of nice posters on the wall. Now, Carrie is also looking into actually selling retro consoles and retro games as well sometime in the future. So that'll be something else to look out for. Some great movie posters. Some more consoles. As you see, Kerry has a really nice selection of games here at the place, Retro Arcade. He's always on the lookout for new games to add to his arcade. Wizard of War, yeah. Some great pinball games are in here as well. One of the things I liked about this arcade was all these marquees across the ceiling. I thought this was a really nice touch. A couple more great cocktail games here. Of course, you got to have a Space Invaders game. Well, here's Kerry enjoying one of his favorite games, Centipede. So that was The Place, Retro Arcade, located in Cincinnati, Ohio. If you're in the area, give this place a good look over. Come in and say hi to Kerry and enjoy some great retro games.
My name is Free Fire Warrior.
Oh, look at me. Oh.
If you get too powerful, I will take care of you myself. Ha 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 ha.
They also had some, I think,